Hi everyone, welcome to day 2 of the Valentine / love card a day little mini series I'm doing for 14 days. Today's video will be up on, let me see, January 13th, and it's not Friday, it's Thursday I think. Anyway, we're going to do a Slimline card today. This is the card. It's pretty simple. And Stampin' Up! Now has slimline envelopes which look like this. So you can leave them like that, but I had 2 pieces of paper about this big left of the same paper. So I just put that in, glued it in, and then I put some tear and tape along the edges and just took my snips and snipped along the border there. So you could do that too. So we're going to make this card. And here's the envelopes. They come in a pack of soft succulent gray. I think it's smoky slate. Yeah, smoky slate and white. So for this one, I'm using the white. One of the others I think I used, which you'll see in a later date, I used the soft succulent. So let's go ahead and make this card. On the inside, it's basic white, and I did put a little pocket. This is not what I'll put in there. I just had that there to show. It's a pocket. You could put a little tag, or you could put some, you know, a check or some money or whatever you want to put in there, right? So anyway, let's go ahead and do this. This is real red cardstock. Let me get all my bits out here. So the slimline envelopes are, let's see, 3 7/8 inch by 8 7/8 inch. So you need it, your paper is 8 1/2, your cardstock, right, in the US here. So when you're doing your card, this is 11 by 8 1/2. So you leave the 8 1/2 alone. You turn it in your trimmer, open out your arm, and you cut it to 7 inches, because that way you have exactly what you need. And then once you cut it, you bring it down to 3 1/2 inches and use your score blade, and then you have this size scored, and it fits perfectly in the envelopes. Okay, so, and if you don't want to get these envelopes, this will work in those, I don't remember, the business size envelopes. Okay, so let's put this up here. So what I've done is I've done that, and then we are using the Sweet Talk Designer Series paper from the mini catalog. Let's see if I have the page number written out. Yes, it's on page 8 and 9 of the mini catalog. And the colors in it are Blushing Bride, Granny Apple Green, Highland Heather, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Real Red, and So Saffron. So I chose the Real Red this time because I thought it went best with this sweet paper. Now, as I mentioned in video 1, day 1, I got the paper and I got these embellishments and I got this embossing folder, but I did not get the bundle of Sweet Conversations because I felt like I already had some things that would work. I kind of wish I had gotten it now because I really don't have a Happy Valentine's Day all on one stamp anywhere. So yeah, I kind of wish I had gotten it just mostly for that. I probably do in an old paper pumpkin, but yeah, anyway. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is glue this down. Oh, a couple other things we're going to use. Now, on this one, I actually had some leftover large circles from a Picture This die cut, and let me show you those. They're in the annual catalog. Okay, they come like this. So I had done some of these in Red and Blushing Bride, and I had some extras because I also did them in designer paper, which you'll see on another day. Anyway, but I had the largest one in Real Red, so I backed that. But I think for this one, we may have to use the layering circles Or possibly, yeah, I think we'll have to use the layering circles because I don't have another large circle like that, okay? And then I have some scraps. Now I'm going to get confused on which one of these is for the inside. This one, that's for the inside. Yeah, I think I have this for out here this time. These were scraps of the different papers, but I don't have any more scrap of the purple. So we're going to use this one, the back of this, and see, the back of that is Blushing Bride. And then this one, which I think is also Blushing Bride, but with some sweets on it to do our banners. And I need a scrap of Real Red, which I know I have here because I was using it for something earlier. And we'll die cut our circles, our one circle, and then we will stamp and die cut a white circle too. So first thing is, let's glue this down. Oh, and then one more thing. In the annual catalog is the Playful Pets combo pack, and mine is almost gone, but that's okay. And we're going to use that once we get our banner up, and it might just finish it, actually, hopefully. So first thing I'm going to do, now you could, I actually just tacked this down here and here with a glue dot, and actually in the middle too. But you could wrap it around the back, but I feel that makes it too bumpy, so I didn't do it on mine. So I'm going to go ahead and use wet glue and glue this down. Now this, because this is 3.5, this should be 3 1/4 by, and this is 8.5. This should be 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. So let's just see if I'm not lying. At 3 1/4 by, actually it's about 8 1/8 for some reason. I must have used a scrap piece also. It should be 8 1/4 would work. Yeah, you could use 8 1/4. And I'll try to remember to put that in the measurements under the video. I definitely will have a supply list, links to, hopefully the links will work. I'm having a little problem with that, but we'll have a supply list down so that you can at least go to my store if you want to buy any of these. Now this is a scrap, so this piece I think is, so this is 3 1/2. This is about 3 by 2, and I'm gonna just cut up manually. You know, if you have the now retired banner punch, I think it was just called, or tailored banner punch, something like that, which did the wide ones. I think that still only went up to 1 inch maybe, and it might have gone to 2 inch. I can't remember because it retired and I'm not supposed to use it anymore, so I have it put away somewhere. Anyway, yeah, you can just use your scissors, snip in the middle like that, and then we can glue that down. But let's go ahead and snip. This is too long, so let me get my little trimmer and trim that back. I want that to be, if this was 3, then I want this to be more like 2 3/4. I'm just going to throw this tiny little piece out, right? And we're going to make that come over here. Actually, I'm going to snip a little more off. Make it be 2 1/4. Let's go 2 1/2. I don't want to cut too much off and then snip it too, and then be sorry I did that, you know? So that's now at 2 1/2. We're going to snip it upwards. But I kind of want that popsicle, or not popsicle, lollipop to show. So these cards are really easy to make, these slim lines, and we do have those envelopes now, which is nice. Okay, that'll work. That'll work, right? So we're going to go ahead and glue these down. You could also do a plain cardstock one And I might do that again another time and emboss it if you wanted to. Oops, something just fell. That's not good. My room is quite the disaster still. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to stamp first, and we're going to stamp in real red. The stamp we're going to use, Collecting Sweet Thoughts of You, is coming out of, again, the Catching Butterflies, which I used on the day 1 card as well. It's this Collecting Sweet Thoughts of You right here. But we're not going to put an inside sentiment in this time. I don't think. I may change my mind. But I thought the sweet thoughts with the sweets went really well together, right? So there's that, and it doesn't have to be straight because guess why? We're going to die cut it, right? Let's put the ink away. And we have this, and for now we'll put this away. We'll use this one, I think. I think that's a little bigger than what I had used before. Let's see if it fits with this one. Just barely. I wonder if I kept out those dies somewhere and just don't know where. I think that's too small, but I thought there was another one, but I'll have to use that. And then this is too small. Hang on, I'll be right back. Okay guys, it's going to be just a tad different than this. I did use the second smallest of the plain layering dies, so that's what we use. But I used the third, actually on this one, that was from the picture this, remember? But this is going to be a little bit bigger, and that's fine. This is the third smallest. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then this is 3 to go here of the layering circle. So let me put these out of the way, and then I will be right back. As I turn around and die cut this. Alright, move that out of the way. And throw my little thing there, put my die away again so I don't lose it. Okay, so that's the die cutting. That's it. And so what we're going to do is just glue this together. So if you have a large circle out of the picture this in a coordinating color, you could certainly use that, but either one works fine. And we're going to put that down with dimensionals, which I have right here, but I want to leave a little room up at the top there for the sort of banner thread, if you will, on the bow. In fact, you could, let's put that on first just to make sure I leave enough room. And let me get my ribbon snips. All right. And my glue dots, which they're almost all. I'm going to put I'm going to roll a glue dot on my finger and just, it didn't roll very good. And put it on like this, skinny, hopefully. And then I'm going to pick a spot on here out a little ways, so we want it to kind of hang a little bit. I'm going to put it over about here. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm starting to think perfect should not be a word in the vocabulary. And then we want to cut this so it'll be, let's see, about like that. And cut that right there. And then, oops, I didn't cut it all the way through. I'm going to use another one in the middle there. Let me get my snips to get it off and just kind of curl it or fold it over, whichever you prefer. And right about in the middle here, maybe. I should have used my other snips for that anyway. There we go. We're going to just tack that down a little bit. It's kind of got a little wonky. So let's pull this and go over just a little further. There we go. Okay. So now we can put this down and then we'll do a bow. Well, we could have done the bow first. I think if we put it down a little bit, maybe off center it too. Right there. And now let's just do a little bow. So this is an easy but cute card. The paper does a lot of the work and there's no coloring involved. So if you don't like the color or you don't have the markers, just get yourself some cardstock and some paper and a trimmer and snips and glue. You know, adhesives are a must-have in crafting, right? All right. We can pull this off of here because, and we're going to cut it down. So I wasted a little bit of ribbon, but not too much. I don't want it quite that big either. So we're just going to make it smaller. We'll trim them down even a little more. Get your bow the way you like it. Get another glue dot. And this time I'm not going to roll it or anything. Well, maybe a little bit. Because this ribbon's pretty thin. Put it right where the bow, the knot is of the bow, and right where that other glue dot is. And then there we go. So I should have probably put this a little more over. Let's see, what are you do for? Okay, so let's get rid of all our trash here and one roll of ribbon down. I'm going to actually save that to take downstairs to my recycle bin. Okay, so now the only other thing I did on the front is I used the brand new adhesive backed hexagons. They're part of the Abstract Beauty Suite in the January to June mini catalog on page 48, 48, 49, 50. And the color is Black, Blushing Bride, and Just Jade. And this color in here is Blushing Bride. So that's what we're going to use. Now you could also use the Real Red. In fact, I used these on the first card, but because this has more of the Blushing Bride, I think I'm actually going to use the Real Red rhinestones, or the red rhinestones. They're in the annual catalog, and we've had them for a while, so I don't know if they'll continue next time. They were definitely in 2021 and 21-22, and I think they were around longer than that. And I love them because they go with the Real Red and they're very sparkly. So we will use that, and I'll take your pick tool and put a few of these sparkly red rhinestones on here. And let's see where else we want one. I think I'm just going to go up here because, you know, this is twisted a little bit. There we go. Because it'll be too busy to put them over in the other parts of the card. Okay, now we have to do the inside. So this piece of card is cut to 3 1/4 by hopefully 8 1/4. Yes, 8 1/4. Now, so we're going to put that on the inside. Before we do, I have a piece cut here. This is not it. I have a piece cut here for a pocket right here. You don't have to put a pocket in. So this is 3 1/2. I cut this down to 3 1/4. On the first card, I think I cut it down to 3 3/8, 1/8 larger than 3 1/4. But this gives it a little bit of room. I want it up against the edge, but some room here. So I'm just going to take, you could use tear and tape, but I'm going to take just a thin stripe of glue, I guess, I don't know, and go like that. And then let's see, I think I want it facing this way, or do I want it this way? I actually liked it better the other way. I don't know why, just preference. Put the pattern however you like it. put your thin strips of glue on 3 edges only, and then you're going to just put this right down here at the bottom so that you have enough room that it's not interfering with the the fold of the card. This is going to be used as a, I have to cut it down to do about a 3/4 inch strip here. So I don't have a sentiment in, so I want some kind of decoration, right? So I'm just going to cut a 3/4 inch strip, and we'll put that on the paper. Let's see. I want it this way, so the heart is on there. And I'm gonna just fold that up a little bit so I don't put the glue on it, and then I'll snip that off. So down to here. It's a really cute, easy card. Just pretty much using paper and some dies and some ribbon and bling. Cards don't have to be hard to make to be cute, right? And then these are my actual paper snips, because the other ones I reserve for ribbon are Stampin' Up! Paper snips are my newer ones. I reserve them for ribbon only. Otherwise, if you use them on paper, they will dull. And I don't want my ribbon scissors dull. And then I just glue around the edges on the inside now to save on a little adhesive. You can use, if you prefer, you know, tear and tape or seal to do this kind of thing, by all means, go ahead and do that. And that is, oh, no, we have one more thing. Actually, I used I used the piece for the strip inside by accident, because we had to do our envelope. Well, we don't have to. Let's see if this will fit in here. It's a little too small, so we're not going to do the envelope. But if you were going to do the envelope, my bad, you need a piece that's about 4 inches, I believe. Let me see. 2, 3, about 3 3¾ inches wide, and then probably about 3 or 4 inches. You could go all the way down, because this design goes down, but you don't need to, because nobody's going to look way down in there. But you want it to go down in far enough. I don't think I have another piece big enough of the same paper cut. No. So anyway, that's what you would do. You would take the 3 1/4. That just doesn't sound right to me. This way. 3 3/4. 3 3/4. And maybe by, let's see, have to be a little longer than the envelope. So maybe about 2½ to 3 inches of paper this way. I would not go any longer than that. And then you're going to have it hang over the edge, such that, not too much, but such that you can just see it like that, right? And then you'll cut this off. And then what you have to do is, because you covered up the adhesive on this part, you have to put some tear and tape there. And then you want to crease it, you know, because you went over the fold also. I didn't do the best job cutting that paper, but oh well. So now when you get ready to send it, you can just pick up the tear and tape. And that will go with the card that I will be giving away. So if you are interested in receiving this card, you might have to get your own envelope. I'll see. I don't think I can mail the envelope unused. So you may have to get yourself a pack of envelopes or whatever if you want to reuse it to send to someone, or you can just hand it to someone. That's up to you. So what you can do then is, yeah, if I use the envelope, you're going to have to get your own envelope to do it. And the Sweet Talk paper would be nice. All the links to the products will be down below. But if you want to win this, I'm going to be doing a drawing on the final day, day 14, for each day, one of the cards from each day. And all you have to do is comment down below that you would like the day 2 card. And then at the day 14 or possibly day 15, that's not going to be a card making session. I'll do a separate video to do a drawing for all 14 days for those who wanted each card. And then I'll get those out in the mail as quickly as I get the addresses for people that win. So if you are interested in day 2 card, which is this one that we just made, but I'll give you the decorated envelope, let me know, and in the comments down below, make sure you put day 2, that you would like the day 2 card, and leave me any other kind of comment you would like, as long as it's nice. And I will see you for day 3. All right, have a wonderful day. Hugs, love, and peace.